And hello and welcome. And my name's Olive, and I want to talk to you today about 5 mistakes that you could possibly make using social media to build your business. So we want to avoid those, and I'm going to fill you in on that. So welcome and hello, and uh, thanks for joining me. So if you're joining me live, please tell me where you're coming from, this beautiful planet. It's so wonderful to have people from all around the world. And if you're on the replay, then I'd love to know that too. And I will shout out to you afterwards. I really appreciate everyone who joins me. And if we haven't met before, my name is Olive, and I'm here on my business page to inspire, educate, help you to bring your business online, to use social media strategies. And so we don't have to chase after our family and friends, we don't have to spam our products, but we attract people to us using attraction marketing and social media. So welcome. And so today's topic is about some mistakes that can be made and are easy to do, and just to be aware of those so that you can avoid them and build your business and be successful. So the first one is acting without a plan. So social media moves so fast that it's really important to be consistent and to have a plan, to plan out your content, to know who your audience is, your avatar is what we call it, or your branding, what you're standing for. So having that plan as to what you're actually doing, rather than just coming in and, saying, this is what I'm selling and don't you want to buy it, kind of thing. So have a plan of giving value. Who are you attracting? Who is your perfect prospect? And how do you want to brand yourself? What is it that you're providing? So having that plan and then being consistent with it so that people know exactly who you are. And so it's similar to any kind of profession. You might have to build some skills. Like if you wanted to be a nurse, you can't just say, okay, I want to be a nurse, and go to the hospital and announce that you want to be a nurse. You have to figure out what it is that you need to learn, what program, and then, take the courses and have a set plan of learning. So you don't start right at the end, you start at the beginning and you work your way towards building up those skills. So it's the same way here. It is a profession, so we want to build up those skills. So to have a plan and then, a roadmap. And I'm on a roadmap, I'm on a training roadmap, and it's wonderful because I can, and I'm going to talk about this in step number 5, is then you follow along with that roadmap. So having that plan is the first thing that you want to do, rather than just jumping in and winging it, so to speak. And number 2 is the illusion that numbers matter. That's about, the number of likes, the number of followers, and it's not about the quantity of the people you have, it's about the quality. It's so much better to have a few people that are engaging with you and responding and telling you, their thoughts, than having a whole bunch of people that don't even listen to you or watch you or join you or anything like that. So in order to do that, of course, again, you need to have valuable content and, to grow those connections and those relationships. It's all about relationships, so then when you do your lives, evaluate them. And if you have a business page, you can look on the Insights tab and see, the people that have engaged, and so what resonates with people, what gets watched and what doesn't get watched, and that kind of thing. So it's all about giving value and having that engagement. And with social media now, it's not about the numbers, it's about the comments, and the more engagement you have, the more organic reach that you're going to have. So number 3 is spreading yourself too thin. And so this is about the platform that you're on. there's so many different platforms out there: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, that you want to gain your branding and yourself on one platform, and then once that is mastered, then move on to the other. If you're trying to do too many at once, you're spreading yourself too thin. And especially if you post the same post on more than one platform, then people will be confused. There's no reason for them to go on to, if, for instance, if you post something on Instagram and you post the same thing on Facebook, and if someone follows you on one, there's no reason to follow you on the other one. And so people are all over the place. So stay with one platform, build that one up before you move on to other ones. And of course, social media it does take time, you know, to build up engagement, and you're following your true tribe, you know, of who is actually listening to you. Okay, and number 4 is about the others, comparing yourself to others or ignoring others. And so we talk about compare-itis, and you know, so you compare yourself to somebody else, and you know, they're either doing so much better than you and you're not there, and you put yourself down. And you have to be realistic, because everybody has their own journey, and it takes time to build things up. You know, maybe that other person already has a circle of influence, you know, that they've brought in. So don't compare yourself to other people. Keep your mind focused on yourself, but at the same time, don't ignore others. There could be other people that you admire and you'd like to model, and it's wonderful, you know, to watch them and to gather ideas and inspiration from them. And, you know, but don't copy them, of course, but model after them. So, you know, keep your eyes and ears open, you know, to what's going on. And then also part of that is believing in yourself. You really need to have the posture that you know that you can do this, and believe in yourself. And it's a whole mindset. And of course, you know, we can train ourselves, you know, to the nth degree, but if we don't have the mindset and the belief that we can do it, then it's not going to happen. And along with that too, with others, is the haters. You're bound to run into some people that don't believe in you, you know, and there's a joke in our industry that you haven't made it until you have some haters. So just ignore those people. You can hide their comments, block them from your page and that kind of thing, because it's impossible to please everyone, and they're in their own mindset, you know, that they get pleasure from putting other people down, and it has nothing to do with you. It's all about them. So, you know, just a kind of a side tip is just to ignore those people and don't let them bring you down, for sure. Okay, and so the last one, tip number 5, is about looking at yourself, looking in the mirror, evaluating what's working, what's not, and what can you do differently. And this is so standard and so important. And like every week I have a planner, and there's a little spot in there is what went well this week. And so I write down, you know, what I did this week, and you know, what could be done differently. And then especially at the end of the month in my planner, I just love the one that I have. There's a section and you ask certain questions. Okay, did you accomplish this month? And then I look back, and it's so easy to see, okay, I actually, you know, have made some progress. Look at what I've done. And then you think, okay, well, what have I learned from that too? So it's looking at yourself and thinking, yes, there's some externally verifiable results that I have actually, you know, made my progress along my plan, my roadmap, and this is what I've done. So I can check those off, and what have I learned from that? And that is so valuable. And so then you go, okay, well, is there something in there that didn't work? And then how can I do it differently? Or what have I not done, and what do I need to do? So it's important to focus on, the progress, that you make. And there's also, you have to realize too, that there's trends. There's going to be ups and downs in social media. And so to realize that and to be aware of that. And so if you're on a downtrend, don't think that, you're not going to bounce back again, because you will. And then to just another little side thing, it's not what happens to you, it's how you handle it, and so we can have moments where, we get mad or we get sad, and, bad moments, something happens, we get frustrated with technology for sure, or somebody says something or does something, and that affects us. So we definitely have those feelings, but how you handle it, it's okay to have those feelings, but then, after a certain amount of time, depending on what it is, pick yourself up, and then it's time to move on again. So yeah, one step at a time. Another little part of that too is not to be complacent. It's again that consistency with social media, just to think, oh, well, it doesn't matter kind of thing. You got to keep up that good work and that energy and keep going, and not to be complacent, just think, oh, well, it's working now and I can just leave it. So keep going, and, to be your unique self. Okay, so I hope those tips have been helpful for you. Just a quick recap, if I can turn my paper around, is acting without a plan. So have a plan and be consistent with it. And number 2 was illusions that numbers matter. It's not about the numbers, it's about the engagement. And number 3 was don't spread yourself too thin, stay on one platform and master that. And number 4 was about others, comparing yourself to others, but don't ignore them. Model yourself after people you admire. And number 5 is evaluating, looking in the mirror about, what you're doing and where you want to go, and taking that next step. So that's it for me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, whatever part of the day it is for you. And I appreciate everyone who listens to me and engages with me. I really enjoy your comments and your engagement. Thank you. And we shall see you again on Wednesday, and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.